And yeah, you're live.
Oh, we live already. Oh, snap. Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
Elegant Creations, where everything is handcrafted with love. We specialize in personal and custom made baskets, bracelets, candles, and more. So when you're looking for that perfect gift or just need a custom arrangement, don't hesitate to contact Lady T's Elegant Creations, where everything is handcrafted with love.
For more information, please call 609 531 1756.
All right, welcome back to Let's Get It. On the line, we are more than welcome to join Coach Kim Brown from Penns Grove High School basketball and football teams. How are you tonight, Coach?
Good. How you guys doing?
Can't complain, man. Appreciate you joining us. Kind of get into a little bit of talk about your experience with the basketball team and the success with the football team and your involvement, I know, a lot with the local community down there in Penns Grove. Real quick, I know that, you guys had a game today. The basketball team did. You guys won over Woodstown, improved your record to 10-2 today, and you guys got a playoff game tomorrow against Timber Creek, correct?
Correct. Well, yeah, wasn't no state playoff this year, so it's a little conference tournament they set up.
Yes.
So not all conference got that, so we got fortunate to still be playing.
Nice. And so, like I said, I know that you guys have that game tomorrow. How are you guys feeling about that?
We're playing Timber Creek, one of the better teams in South Jersey. So we get to see what we got, against one of the better teams.
Yeah, and I know, like I said, I had the opportunity to be announcing a lot of your games, and I know that you guys really, your defense is really what you thrive on. The defense to the offense, and that's got to be the backbone of potentially coming away with a victory tomorrow.
Absolutely. We coming into the season where we lost 8 guys from last year. We won the sectional finals, lost 8 guys to graduation. We had one who we thought would be our leading scorer, chose not to play, focus on football. So we had an all-new roster, basically guys who either haven't played or took some couple years off. So our mentality of trying to win games was basically on defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I got that chance to watch that. Now, turning it to yourself, just kind of your coaching history. I know that you've been involved down there, with basketball and especially football for a while. I know one of the biggest programs you're part of is the midget football program. And I know you told me you're entering your 19th season involved with that.
Yeah, 19th year. Started right out of high school when I was 18 up until now.
Wow.
Yeah, and go ahead.
Yeah, I've been starting at the midget program, then back and forth between the midget program and the high school program. So it's a pretty unique experience.
Yeah, I know, like, what's cool about it, too, is that you get a chance to really see the kids grow from, being real young and then kind of grooming them to hopefully, play a part of it. I know that, like, you've been a part of the football team at Penns Grove. It's been very successful. I know, including the sectional champions and championships. Tell us a little about the football program.
The football program has been very successful the last few years. This past season, there wasn't no playoffs for the last 3 years prior. We was in the sectional final, winning 2, and one considered a state championship overall in Group 1. So we've had pretty good success the last 4 years. So we've been very fortunate.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you this. Like I said, with yourself as a coach, what do you take from the football field that you apply to the basketball court and vice versa? Like, what is your main philosophy as a coach with your kids?
Discipline. It starts with discipline, man. We want to hold players accountable because it's just not on the athletic field, but it's for life. We got to set them up because we're in difficult times, man. We battle a lot. One of the heartbreaks of coaches is seeing a coach that you coach failing in life. So, I mean, as many successful stories that we had, the ones that we don't have is the ones make you feel like you ain't doing enough.
Yeah, those are the ones that hang over your head. Like you said, there's, with plenty of success, but the ones, it's like, the ones that got away, or the talent that young man had, and like you said, to have that discipline and instill it is something that you can really hang your hat on and keeping them on a good path. I know that yourself, too, just talking about yourself when you were in high school, I know you had a pretty good career. I know you all conference in basketball, so junior and senior.
Yeah, I was average. With the numbers that these kids is putting up now, I ain't even close to, but I was an average player who maintained.
I think Dante told me, Dante Howard, I think he told me you was the quarterback.
Yeah, I was a quarterback for the last 2 years.
Okay.
My junior, senior year. I joke with these kids all the time because not to knock those teams around us, but we didn't play the teams next door to us. I had to play the bigger schools, the Chelsea, the Williamstown, the Clearview. So they were Group 4 schools, and we was only Group 1.
Okay.
They got an average of 100 kids to our 25 kids. That tells you a whole lot.
Absolutely.
Even though numbers don't mean a whole lot, but we was playing bigger schools when I came up.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And it makes a difference because, like you said, on those bigger schools, you got guys that are specifically special teamers. You got guys that are specifically secondary. In your school, everybody's playing offense, defense, special teams, and everything in between.
Exactly.
So
that's why I tell people, everybody's going to say, how you doing, how you going to do from years to come. It's different, man, especially a Group 1 school. When kids transfer, you never know what you're going to have. You lose 1 or 2 key guys, you go from elite team to the bottom team, just like that.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I like that you guys, do, just watching from, either on the perch from the football field or on the sideline, is just that, you guys have like a discipline or just a mantra or a perspective that, you're never out of it. It's always keep grinding, you know what I mean? And that's something that, I've really come to admire. And one of the things I have to, definitely commend you on is that, you and Coach Wade, you guys got like it's like a synergy, or in the word of Walt Clyde Frazier, it's like an ESP with each other, you know what I'm saying? Where, and I'm just watching, so I know even particular, it was, I think last year one time, we were kind of struggling in the game or whatever, and you kind of saw something, and I'm hearing like, yo, we need like, one of a different player in there, and just really having your insight and your expertise. I think that, you guys work very well together, and that's something that I really come to admire, man. So kudos to you.
Yeah, man, when you got guys that's in charge, some guys don't like to listen to people.
Right.
And that's kind of tough, but I got head coaches here, John Emmel football and Damian Ware basketball. They allow me to have say-so. They allow me to have input, and they know when I want to try to say something a little differently. And but not all coaches accept that, but they do here, and I appreciate that. I'm not just hanging around. I got a lot of input on what's going on here.
Right.
yeah, absolutely. Because I know, like I said, we've all been coaches, and in the different roles of being an assistant or a head coach, and especially if you're an assistant coach, sometimes you're just there, kind of stay in the corner, mind your business, and you don't really get to put your input on a team. So when you have a head coach who truly relies on the other eyes on the team, it only breeds success for that team.
Absolutely. We try to build a relationship with the kids, man. With the kids here, man, we going to different games, we going out to eat, man. It's so much that people don't see behind the scenes that occurs, that you get that relationship with the kids. It ain't just about athletics. It's more than that.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know, like I said, we've all coached. Coach Marcus over here is coaching, currently, and Jay, I know you've coached, but like when you're coaching, like at a high school level or any level, a lot of what they don't, like you said, like people don't see are the bus rides, or the times you're going out to eat, or the funny conversations on the bench. I remember like even coaching my boys in baseball, and someone would come, one of the girls would come watch the games, and you kind of busting the chops of like, oh, she's here to see you, and those things, those moments that like you take with them, and like you grow and you teach life lessons, and like you said, it's not just what happens between the lines, but what happens on the bench, happens in the dugout. And I think that's the impact that most coaches have that people don't see.
And if I could add to that, Coach, it's like, you spoke about, and I think that's a big thing, is that, whether it's, it's not about necessarily a position, it's all about the voice, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And one person's not saying, oh, well, it's because of this person why this one's successful. Because you even see that in like major sports, right?
Absolutely.
Even particularly with like certain players, certain individuals, certain quarterbacks that say, oh, okay, well, you know what I mean? Like, well, he was successful because of this coach. Now this coach is not here no more, so he can't be successful. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
If everybody's working together as a team, then you know what I'm saying? So kudos to you.
So with that said, Coach, is that, Jay is referring to, we've had a lot of discussions, battles, controversy on this show as far as with Carson Wentz and the Eagles, and again, we appreciate you, joining us and giving us a little background and your current coaching. But just to switch a little bit, I know you said you know about the Eagles. What are your thoughts on how the situation played out in Philadelphia?
As a Cowboy fan, I love it.
It's funny. It's funny, man. I will tell, and I've told my friends this before because I'm a big college football fan. I actually wanted your quarterback back when we drafted Carson, because I said Dak Prescott, you can get him in the 3rd round. He's going to be a solid quarterback. So I'm a fan of Dak Prescott.
But you did feel like that Carson was better than Dak. You said there's no way that Dak is better than Carson.
No, he's not. But I mean, it's at the time. But anyway, go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry. What's your thoughts?
I don't focus on the Eagles, but I watch the Eagles because that's our local station. But I thought Carson pretty struggled early. Today's game is more of a mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know if his injuries had something to play with it, but he didn't run as much. We can blame it on the line, but overall, I thought he struggled missing receivers. So I thought, honestly, they held on too long for his job. When you look at when the change was made, when the young boy he brings in the mobility of, that's just the biggest thing.
Yeah.
When protection breaks down, he's able to scramble and make things happen. I saw his first 2 games, he really didn't complete that many passes, but his legs is what made a big difference early for him.
Oh, hands down.
So when you look at Michael Vick and the great quarterback that's able to run, that reminds you of what he's able to do.
Yeah, I mean, you look
and
at
I thought Carson wasn't a great teammate with it. I mean, because ultimately I thought they stuck with him too long.
Okay. I mean, look, like I said, he's going down.
Randy doesn't know what to say.
No,
right.
Listen. Actually, I mean, the change had to be made, and like I said, it had to be made at that time. There's a lot of different ways you could look at it. I will still tell you that the Eagles did not support Carson. The Eagles didn't support Carson in certain ways, and I'm gonna stick to this.
How do you say that when I thought they held on this for a couple games too long, and then he just came out bashing everybody?
Oh no! Listen,
we
live
in a what have you done for me lately
Yes, we
world.
do.
So if you're not producing, I have to go to the next man, because you figure, you look at Doug Peterson, he just won a Super Bowl a couple years ago, and this year he's fired.
Yeah.
Look how quickly things can change.
Right.
But I mean, I said before with that particular situation, like the problem was not that. The problem started at the top with their GM and with their owner right now, and I don't even know what's going on with what's going on now with Nick Sirianni and with the Eagles in general, because until the change is made at the top with Howie Roseman as the general manager, I think that the Eagles are going to really be behind the 8 ball.
So what you're hearing now, Coach, is someone who is now taking it on like another angle because they don't want to
Well,
place
no,
the
the
blame
way-
where it's supposed
Listen,
to
the
be.
way Carson went out, the way that he went out, you know, and it came out that he hadn't spoken to the coach in 2 months and things like that, like, it was like, damn, like, I really tried to support you, and
no,
Not try to be past tense.
right.
So look, we live in a world. So we live in a world of who's next. So what happens if your quarterback gets hurt? Then he's going to turn it.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it's crazy how that all played out.
They said I read something this morning, right? And just because we're talking about Carson, and eventually, you know what? Listen, we're gonna die down from talking about Carson.
Oh yeah.
I cannot wait for that.
But I don't know when. No. You know
No,
what
I mean,
I'm saying?
listen,
But I will tell you, Carson's in the best situation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, oh, absolutely.
he's going to succeed.
Well, look at that. He's going to succeed. Dang.
He's going to succeed.
Okay, all right. But
He's got the best line. He's got one of the best up and coming running backs. He's got some great receivers.
Yes, sir.
He's fit.
Yeah. And he's got Frank Wright. You know that coach.
Frank Wright.
That only him could only. That's all who could be coached by. He can only be coached by him. You know what I'm saying? But I read an article today that said that actually the downfall with Carson started in 2018, and he was upset that they benched him for Nick Foles when he was struggling pretty badly. That's what Jason Avant was saying.
Was it Super Bowl year or after?
The one after,
The
the year after,
Okay.
when he tried to come back, and that's when everything
Okay.
started. But I also thought about something a little, it was a little strange. I think it happened. I just heard it this Monday too. Carson, he has one playoff victory, in which he only played 8 snaps.
Right.
Right. And I'm just going because we're always in this constant.
Oh, we always
Right.
in this.
So, I mean, we had a debate one time, and he had said that Dak didn't have no playoff victory, but Dak does have a playoff victory. Carson has one, but he only played 8 snaps.
Yeah.
So it's almost like when you put a reliever in the game for a second, he puts
And he
his
gets the W.
one batter,
He gets the W.
and now he gets
He
the W.
He gets the
You know
W.
what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
Just for that one batter, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, I think, when I'm always back to when they're saying that that narrative's still going on. They didn't give him enough. They didn't support him. I'm like, damn, they gave you $100-something million
Yeah,
before you
talking-
really even deserved it.
Well,
And then on top of that, they stayed with you too long. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion. I mean, what do you think about that, Coach?
I do. I mean,
Hello.
they paid him up front. They said, we're going to go with you. We're going to get rid of Foles. I mean, that was controversial as a start. So you already got that on your head that it was a controversial move. They got rid of this guy. So then you draft Young. That raised some eyebrows. Okay, now why did they even draft Young? So you come out and you start struggling from the gate. First 8 games, you struggled. So how long are we supposed to wait for you? We paid you, but we had to secure another position
Well,
plan.
just wait, Coach. I don't want to hear the word "we," because I know you're a Cowboys fan. So you stay in your lane.
No, I'm talking about if I'm in the GM.
I know.
So
And then,
you guys,
go ahead. My bad, Coach. Go ahead. My fault.
you guys were more than loyal if you ask me.
Thank you. And I think that, and to double back on the Howie Roseman, I'm not saying that he's the best, but he did bring you a championship, bro. He brought you a championship, and if you look at his resume got more pluses than the minus.
But let me tell you,
And that's everybody.
So what did we just say a little while ago, though? What have you done for me lately? And lately, he's been a horrendous general manager.
Okay.
Well, that goes back to even picking Young. We didn't know why he picked one if you just signed Carson to all the years.
Right.
Yeah, listen, we didn't know. We didn't know. I mean, I'm interested to see what happens now. Switching over though, too, real quick, with your quarterback situation, what do you think the Cowboys should do with Dak Prescott?
Right now, I'm hurt, man. I'm
sorry. I didn't know it was that.
Listen, we talking about getting Russell from Seattle. So if you that, how do you feel? You're not signed. You keep getting franchise tags. Now they're talking about trading for a different quarterback. I think we're in a messy situation.
Yeah.
You are, but I think, I think that, I don't know if Russell Wilson gets moved. I would be shocked if he really gets moved, honestly.
Man, today's rumor was him for Ezekiel Elliott.
I don't like that.
Oh, no.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's the rumor today.
I don't like that.
No, because I think, I'd be, listen, if you guys got, because I think the Cowboys have a solid team in place. They got good receivers. You got a strong defense, especially, and like obviously you got Zeke. If you guys did go and get Russell Wilson, I think that automatically makes you Super Bowl contenders.
But now that we losing Ezekiel Elliott,
No,
You can't lose that.
But I will tell you though, it brings up another interesting argument that Dak Prescott, he's definitely got more of a playoff resume than Carson or whatever. He's done some things, but yet he hasn't received the money that Carson
Nope.
had.
Well, that's got
Well,
you
hold
got.
on.
That's
That's
not-
on him because he got offered the contract and didn't sign it.
Was that contract comparable to Carson's?
I believe from what I remember hearing, I believe it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
he
he got
wanted
offered-
to be the second highest
Yeah,
quarterback.
I think he got offered 130,
Yeah.
but he wanted 140, something
Yeah.
like that.
Okay. All right. I just don't see Jerry Jones being loyal to. I don't know. I mean, he was loyal to Tony Romo.
Tony Romo
And-
was his
was his boy, right?
That was his Carson.
Yeah.
And he was garbage like that to me. I mean,
I
no
told you,
disrespect,
Tony
coach,
was-
but Tony Romo was garbage to me. And then he was loyal to Jason Garrett
Oh,
for the
my God.
longest time. Remember, my boy, he loved. And first of all, shout out to all the Cowboys fans, because if y'all when you love the Cowboys, you love the Cowboys, yo. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, damn. My man was like, oh, I think he's a leader. I'm like, he is not a leader, yo. Come on.
I think I don't follow the Cowboys like that, but I think if they would have made the coaching change a couple years earlier, they would have been Super Bowl contenders.
I think so
early.
too.
I mean, it's hard to say because you bring in McCarthy, and to me, his strength was calling offense.
Yeah.
But Jerry Jones said, you're not going to call offense. I already have an offensive coordinator. So to me, you took away his strength of being a coach.
Right.
Yeah.
So now he's just sitting there.
Right.
So you really didn't change nothing because we still got the same offensive coordinator.
But they were
So
playing.
what we didn't change?
They were playing well until Dak got hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just think the problem with Dallas right now is, like I said, with Jerry. Jerry obviously brought you to Super Bowls in the '90s, and he's been, he's got to stop being involved so much.
They did get what's his name? My boy Ben DiNucci though. You do have him on the bench. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ben DiNucci. Listen, we were laughing during the season 2 about Ben DiNucci and about the Eagles losing to the team with no name. And
It's all good.
but like I said, the one other sport I want
And
to
we
get you.
did too.
Yeah, listen, they did their thing. The one other thing too is I wanted to get your thoughts on the Sixers, and I know that we, with a lot of people kind of are unsure about where they're at as far as their ceiling goes right now. With the Sixers and where they're at right now, and as the roster is now, what are your expectations for them? What do you think they can do?
Consistency is what the Sixers lack.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like last
Some
night's
nights
loss was
they're
terrible.
last night's loss was terrible. You know what's funny?
Sure.
Me and my boys was at over Philly Live last night. Next spot.
How is that? I know we going off subject,
Yeah.
but I mean,
What
the
is it?
building,
Y'all
it
gotta
looks
go there.
dope. It's like the casino joint.
Yeah, y'all gotta go there.
It's dope. Okay, I figured that. It looked
They
right
got
too.
they got a sports bar in there. It's pretty nice.
Okay,
Pretty nice.
okay.
So we were there, and we was like, man, this is a dangerous game for the Sixers. I'm like, well, oh man, I see Tobias Harris out.
Yeah.
We're gonna lose this game. It just did a feeling that's how they go about things, man. The inconsistency of the Sixers, man, it's mind blowing.
Yeah.
At times they show they can could be an elite team, and then sometimes they don't.
Yeah. Well, I tell you who's getting on my nerves, okay, and that is Danny Lionel Richie Green. He is getting on my nerves. I mean, just the way he played last night, it's like, dude, at one point in time, it's like, he had a 3, then he does this little pump fake thing and tries to draw the foul, and he goes up, they just rip the ball from him. I think that Doc got him out there because he's a pretty good defender. And then he wants his shooting, but he's been off. I don't know if it's just me.
I seen a video of fans hackling about how awful he's been.
Oh, he's awful.
He said, but guess what? I got 5 championships.
Okay, that's
So,
true.
he's picking up the joint. I think the Sixers need a veteran guard. I really do.
Yeah.
I know they're talking about Kyle Lowry. I don't know if that's the answer, but I think they need a veteran guard.
Kyle Lowry would be a great move.
But he's 35 now, though, right?
He's on the last
Yeah,
year.
that's the thing. That's the thing.
But if you go get Kyle Lowry, you're going for it this year. So you're okay with him being on that last year. Because, I think he still got it. He still could be that floor general we don't really have.
I love Kyle. Kyle's one of my favorite players in the league. But I don't think he's the answer for the
I don't think
Sixers.
so either.
Only because I think they need somebody who can create their own shot.
A wing or something.
Somebody who can just get theirs. And when, because I think if there's too much pressure right now on Joel to get 40 a night, and I think
Yeah, he can't get 40.
He got 40 last night.
It's too much production from him.
And it's going to wear on him. I think
Yeah.
that's the more minutes he's going to. If anybody is out of really even their starting lineup, and I know Seth Curry didn't play well yesterday, but I think that they struggle, and that's a good teams can usually win without one of their guys out.
Yeah. I tell you, who they're missing, who they should have had in the first place, Jason Tatum.
Oh.
If they had Tatum,
that's different.
I'm saying, but if they had Tatum, that's who they need. They need that type of.
That's like a Carson.
It's not saying Tobias is terrible. Not saying Tobias is terrible. He's definitely more improved or whatever. But
I love
Tobias had all-star numbers this year.
he did.
I'll even say this: they missed Fultz the way he was playing before he got hurt.
That's true. I'll give you that. But you can equate that to like Maxey. Maxey has that false potential, right?
Yeah,
I'm done.
yeah, he has the potential.
I'm done with Maxey.
Real quick, speaking of the All-Star games, I did want to touch on that real quick. What are your thoughts, on the guys that made it? You think anyone got snubbed that shouldn't have, that didn't get in? Anyone in particular?
I think it pretty much got evened out.
Yeah.
The boy from Phoenix didn't make it still, right?
He's in now.
Yeah, Devin Booker got
Devin
in.
Booker.
The fact that he
Yeah,
wasn't
he's
in there,
in
that
there.
was one of the ones that really stuck
Yeah,
out.
that
Wow.
was a crown. That was a crown.
Yeah.
It's funny because the players don't even want the All-Star game.
Right, and that's a whole
Yeah.
other thing. Yeah, they got no break
they-
now.
They giving them a little break,
They're
but
still-
they just wanted that time to their families.
Yeah.
Cause they gonna be in Atlanta, but they hot.
Right.
You know what I mean? They not feeling that.
Well,
But
go ahead.
but as far as your overall question, I think because of the injuries, they're balanced out.
Yeah. Did Damian Lillard make it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made it.
I love Damian Lillard. Oh,
Yo,
man.
and he's nice too. Like not
Man,
just on the
he's
court,
clutch.
but the dude could spit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dame Dollar.
Yo, he could spit though. You know what I mean?
He
He's tough.
don't have that name of LeBron and them, and he come on 10 o'clock for us. So a lot of people don't know about Dame Lillard.
Right.
Man. He's the baller.
Right. I think he actually must. Is he the best rapper basketball player ever?
I don't know, man. Shaq was a dirty rapper.
Shaq was nice. No, Shaq was nice. Shaq was nice. But I think it's him though. I think it's Damian Lillard.
They were tall. They had like a.
It definitely wasn't AI.
No. There's
Nah.
there's a couple guys that they say Marvin Bagley's supposed to be nice. I
I never heard.
I
him.
don't know.
Okay.
I know it was Dame, Marvin Bagley. There was somebody else. I gotta remember who it was. Who they say is actually legit.
But Lillard is
Dame's
legit.
like he's like
He's tough.
Yeah.
He's tough. Yeah, matter of fact, I just heard one of his joints called, I think it was GOAT or Super GOAT or something. Crazy. He's
Oh,
tough.
they said Lonzo. I haven't heard Lonzo. Somebody said that's
the
what it was.
ball.
It was those three. It was Lonzo. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Nah, I don't know
I
about
didn't know that.
I don't know that.
You know, it just said, I love David Lillard. I was watching him the other night against the Lakers. You know, and
He's
just,
tough, man.
He's just so good.
He's tough.
Now I know you were talking about the Sixers needing one more. Coach, I asked everybody who's a Sixers fan, where do you think they go if they don't make any moves? Where do you think they go right now?
Right now they're still behind Brooklyn, so I say the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay.
You know what I'm worried about in that scenario that they don't do anything? Boston's gonna do something.
Yeah.
And Boston hasn't been healthy at all this season, so that worries me because, like we just talked about, Tatum's. I don't think with Tatum and Brown, I think the Sixers can only guard one of them with Simmons.
Yep.
And I think.
And it's funny that you say that because Boston hasn't been healthy all year.
Right. Exactly. They haven't had any their four best players in Kemba, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum have only played 28 minutes together.
And the only the only two that scare me is Kemba and Tatum. I feel like Marcus Smart, you know what I mean, like he had a nice time in the bubble, but I mean he's good. I mean defensively,
The problem with Marcus Smart to me is he's that guy that's going to get under the skin of a Joel Embiid. He's the guy who can rock guys off their game. Yeah. And I think not that he doesn't have skill, but I think that intangible is what he brings to the table too.
They could beat Boston.
I think they can.
I'm worried about Brooklyn, but at the same time, Kyrie's shoulder. I'm hearing that he got some shoulder things going on. But I am worried about
they just cruising right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
And they might cruise themselves in the number one seed if the Sixers don't stop losing games like last night.
Yeah. That was a terrible game last night. But that just shows you that they struggle with those quick guards. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, Collin, he's okay.
He plays good in games like that.
Yeah,
I feel like he just comes to play when.
But he abused Embiid. I thought Allen was a little better than that. He was abusing him. Abusing him.
Yeah.
I thought he was just a little better than that. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, man. I think I got Philly. They don't make no moves right now. I don't even know if this Eastern Conference. I think it's the semis because I do. I don't. Danny Green is he's like your Achilles heel. He can have them 5 rings.
The wrong matchup could be have him losing this.
Yeah. He's done. What is he? 35, 36? He's older now.
Yeah.
So he's done.
So you want Danny Green shit?
I do. In fact, I would try to get JJ Redick back on a buyout or something because New Orleans ain't making nothing. I would try to
where's
get him
Kyle
back.
Korver? Kyle Korver has any boxing?
Where is Kyle Korver?
I think I want to say he's signed somewhere but not playing. I don't. That's a good question.
Right. But I think another shooter to replace him, or maybe have him coming off the bench. See, it's like you don't get highlighted if you coming off the bench.
Well, that's the biggest problem.
But you're in the starting lineup, and like you're stinking it up.
They got no bench.
Their bench is bad.
You know, I mean, like even they just like Korkmaz, who is just so
Korkmaz
inconsistent.
is what he is.
Yeah.
He's not going to be more than
He's
what
so
he is.
inconsistent. I know, like Isaiah Joe, we're all high on him. He got just sent down in blue coats.
I didn't know he's got 2 first names.
Oh man!
You know, I'm just saying. You know, I don't know.
Real quick, Coach, before we let you go, any thoughts on the Western Conference
Western Conference.
as far as
As long as AD come back healthy, I think the Lakers will be out of the Western Conference.
Okay.
I don't know. They're out of. I don't know if they can beat Brooklyn. I think Brooklyn's tough. You got to guard 3 guys. That's tough. But if AD is healthy, because they say he might be more hurt than reported, so it's big to say his health. If he's healthy, I think they get back. Because I was telling my boy the other day, like, they got to cut down LeBron's minutes. You know what I mean? He's his 18th year. You know what I mean? He can't go hard every night no more.
Right.
So some nights they got to start resting him a little bit because it's not about now, it's about later.
Yeah.
So as long as they stay healthy and AD's back, I think they get out of the West.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like I said, it's tough out there though. I mean, like they just beat each other up out there in the West.
Exactly.
So,
I do
So
want to say
they
this.
made a joke that all the better players getting out of the West going to the East.
Yeah, that's what Harden did. I mean, but I be honest with you. I don't believe in James Harden in the playoffs. So we'll see.
But because the pressure not on
It's
him
a
no more.
different James Harden.
He got two
Yeah.
other guys.
Okay. No, you're right. I'll give you that.
Because if that team loses, it's not gonna. They're not gonna. It's gonna be on
yeah,
KD.
it's gonna be-
Kyrie.
yep.
I don't think he. I mean, obviously, if he comes out and has 19 turnovers or something like that, but I think if they lose, it's gonna be more on those two guys on their shoulders.
If it's LeBron with AD, a full LeBron team in Brooklyn, which I hope that's the finals, I'm still going with LeBron.
Oh, I'm going LeBron too.
Well,
I'm
I mean,
going
it's hard to go against them. All right, Coach. Well, listen, we appreciate you joining us tonight. All the great insight on all the
You gotta
sports.
ask this question. Coach gotta ask.
Oh
this
yeah, that's true. Go ahead, I'm
Coach, I
sorry.
got a question for you that we ask all our guests.
Yes, sir.
As we continue to grow our show, who do you think, and with this answer, we're going to need your help to get them on the show. Who do you think would be a good coach for us to invite onto the show?
High school coach or
I mean,
Any coach, high school, I mean, anybody you think that could bring some good value, some good insight to what we got going on.
as far as high school coach, you want to go after the number one team in New Jersey, Camden coach Rick Brunson.
yeah, that's on hashtag Rick Brunson.
That's what I
Yeah.
All right, so if you got any insider information to help us get him on here, we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Man, he's struggling with the media. He barely wanted to talk to the press.
You don't want to talk to anybody.
So what you're saying is that we're probably low on his list also.
No, but maybe we can help him out though. Maybe we could be like, hey, listen, it's all good or something. I don't know.
We'll
Maybe like-
record. What about I know you were saying about the number one coach. Any other coaches that you know personally, or anyone that we could jump on here? Male, female coaches, college level, high school level.
Down Salem, Montre Wright's doing an absolutely great job down there.
Yeah.
Jonathan Teller just left there in his high school career. Jonathan Teller just donated uniforms to the
Yeah, they were
Salem
awesome.
program. That's awesome. But Montre's right. He's a football and basketball coach. He's doing a heck of a job down Salem. Not much great support otherwise, so he's pretty much doing a lot. Just him and his staff holding things together down there.
Okay, sounds good. We'll definitely jump on him. And once again, this has been Coach Kim Brown with the Penns Grove High School football and basketball teams. We appreciate you joining us, and definitely we'll catch up with you later on down the road.
All right, you guys take care, man. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks.
Absolutely, thank you.
Okay.
All right, with that said, we're going to run a quick commercial break. We come back, give us our final thoughts. You've been watching Let's Get It.